What's good, Angel Knots? Salutations to the nations. It's your boy Young Sinai.
Angel Knot.
Today, I want to talk to you all about a game that is very special to me. A game that I grew up playing way back in the 1900s. So, this game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, okay? This game came out when I was in 6th grade. And that was about 2 years after my parents' divorce. And that's very important for this story because I was very depressed at that time. To be honest, there were a lot of points where I wanted to delete myself, you know? But I thank God for Tony Hawk Pro Skater, for real, because it was a game that I was just able to dive into, and it would just take my mind out of my current situation. Now, I don't know how I feel about escapism. I feel like we should escape to God, but Tony Hawk is a game where you're able to play it and think about your life, but also just completely drift off into the game, okay? The first time I ever played Tony Hawk, it was on a demo disc. Do you remember demo discs? Probably not, but I'll tell you what they were. Demo discs would come with the PlayStation, or they would come in the mail for the PlayStation, and they would have a bunch of demos, And I'll never forget playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It was so dope. I remember at school, they would say, "What's the best trick that you ever did?" And I'd be like, "Man, impossible. 50-50 grind, 50-50 grind, impossible." And I just thought I was the stuff, man, because I didn't know that you could just land all of these different combos. Me and my best friend, Greg, we used to play this game for hours on end. And we would just stay up late into the night playing it. He would win, I would win. And that game actually got us into skateboarding in real life. I know it got an entire generation into skateboarding in real life. Show y'all some of my boards, I love this. It's funny because I needed an outlet as an adult. I had got away from skateboarding for so long because there was a point in my life where skateboarding just wasn't cool to me anymore. And I thought I was too cool for school. But when I got back into it, I just kept flying off the board. I was like, "Dad, do I not know how to skateboard anymore?" Turns out it was just a board that I bought. It was trash. I would recommend not buying skateboards off of Amazon, but support your local skate shops, right? But like I said, when I was a kid, I got into skating and those moves did not translate at the skate park. I was trash, you know what I'm saying? I remember going down this ramp and just falling dag near flat on my face, you know what I'm saying? And I remember my dad took me, rest in peace, and he was trying to show me how to get it done, and he didn't know what he was doing. But I love him for even making that attempt. I don't know what he was thinking, But it's been about 30 years since I started skating. And to this day, I couldn't ollie to save my life. But I mostly just cruise, man. I'm a cruiser. I love cruiser boards. I love long boards. I remember I bought a penny board. This was when I was in my early 20s. And I used to just go down hills on this thing, man. I don't know what I was thinking. This thing's so fast. I even got my wife aboard. I got her this when we were dating. And she doesn't use it much. But now my daughter uses it. But like I was mentioning, Tony Hawk allows you to just really go into a flow state. The only game I can think of that even comes close would be Tetris. But even Tetris gets to a level of difficulty where you can no longer just continue to zone out, but you have to focus because it started getting so difficult and them blocks, bloop, 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 bloop. You know what I'm saying? My favorite character in Tony Hawk to play is Rune. I just recently learned as of making this video that he does not do a Christ stare in real life. Check it out.
I had the special move, the Christ stare. I'm just gonna let it out of the bag right now. I'll let everyone down. I've never done a Christ stare in my life. That was like an ode to Christian Assoy. Okay. Everyone always says, "Oh, do the Christ stare." Like, whatever.
Why can't
so
you do a Christ
that's one thing. I don't know. It goes back to what we talked about before. It's just doesn't feel right to me. It's not a very pleasing feeling trick. Like the board's off your feet, it's flapping when you put it back on. Like it's not like.
Have you done a Christ stare?
No, I've never done one.
Never tried one?
I've tried one, but I could feel that it was like, this is not my thing.
Something else about Tony Hawk, it has the best soundtrack ever, okay? Name a game that has a better soundtrack than Tony Hawk. You can't, unless you're talking about Def Jam Vendetta. That doesn't count, okay? I would love to play you all the soundtrack, but I do not want to get demonetized before I'm even monetized. Later on in life, I was super happy that it finally came to the Switch, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, better graphics. What can you ask for? Now I can play people online and destroy them. And then I played online and I was on that leaderboard all the way right. Keep going down, keep going down, keep going down, keep going down. Right here. Man, I was not as dope as I thought I was. Now don't get me wrong, I'm still dope, okay? But see, the thing is, when you don't play a game online and you only play against people, then you realize that you're not a professional. Also met my boy, Eric, when I was an adult, and he beat me on Tony Hawk as well, but you know, we live to see another day, right? I'm gonna keep it a stack. The Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2, it's an amazing game, right? But for whatever reason, it just does not hit like the one that I experienced as a kid on PlayStation 1. I don't know if it's the horrible graphics. I don't know what it is, you know? Maybe, I don't know if it's the blockheads. I mean, look at this. You can't beat these horrible graphics, right? Look at that. But it is a great game, but it doesn't touch the original. If there was only one game that I was able to play for the rest of my life, that game would be Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It literally changed who I am as a person. It is what I would consider one of the greatest cozy games of all time. All right, thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Make sure that you hit that ding, ding, ding. Salutations to the nations. And go ahead and subscribe for me. I am on my journey to 1,000 subscribers. And I appreciate all y'all for tuning in. And if you play Tony Hawk, let me know. Who's your favorite character? Which Tony Hawk was the best Tony Hawk in the series? Or are you a Tony Hawk person or are you a skates person? Let me know in the comments. All right, y'all. Peace. Praise God for Tony Hawk.
Angel Knot.